This router, unless this router goes down, this standby router cannot do any work. It will sit idle. It will simply sit idle. It will not do anything because we have configured HSRP, and in HSRP you cannot configure load sharing. Load balancing is not there in HSRP. So what you can do, you can make two groups. You can make two groups. One group, what we have done in the last example, we have made only one group, standby one here also and standby one here also. Now what we can do, we can make two groups. We will make standby 3 over here, we will make standby 4 over here. Okay. So what we will be doing, for some PCs, suppose I am having one more router over here, one more client over here. Okay. So what I will do, for some clients, this R1 will be my active router, which will be in group 3. And for some clients, R3 will be my active router, which will be in group 4. Okay. Which will be in group 4. Okay, and vice versa. This R1 will be the backup router, standby router for this group 4 clients, and R3 will be the standby router for this group 3 clients. Understood? So in this way we can configure load sharing, load balance, you can see. In this way we can configure load balancing. Understood? So how we can configure? We can give some configurations like in on this interface we can go and we can give one IP address 1.50, and over here I will, for this group 3, for group 4 I will have an IP address 1.160. Okay, so that both the IP addresses will be different. Both the IP addresses will be different. Understood? So this thing I can do, and I can configure load balancing. I can configure load balancing. Understood? So let us see how to configure load balancing. So what I will do, I will just connect one more router, or let it be, we will not connect any router over here. Okay, so what I can do, I will go on this. I'm on my R1 router, active router. Okay, it is the same configuration that we have done. Show standby. Show standby. Okay, the same configuration that we have done that day. State is standby. Okay, router standby is the local router. So might be uh, some interface, any interface is down. So IP interface brief. See, my serial interface is down. That is the reason it is showing me as the uh, standby router. So what I will do, I will make it as active router interface serial 1/0 no shut. Okay, once I make this interface up, change state to up. Okay, and this is my active router now. This became my active router now. You can see state is active. Okay, state is active. Preemption is enabled. Hold time is 3 seconds. Default. Now we can change this timers also. We can change this timers also. So how to change the timers? How to change the timer? What was the command? Standby one C. Okay, interface. You have to go inside the interface fast Ethernet 0/0 Ethernet interface. Ethernet. How to change the timers? What is the command to give the timers? You can change the timers by giving the command standby one. Then you will be having an option of timers over here. See, timers. So what you have to do, you can give timers. Once you give timer, then question mark. See, hello interval in seconds. First, it is asking me for hello interval. So my default time is 3 seconds. What I will do, I will make it 1 second. Okay, just give the value. Then it is asking me for whole time. Whole time I can give from 2 to 255. My whole time is 10 seconds. What I will do, I will make it as 3. Okay, that's it. I can change the timers also. So show standby. Show standby. See, the whole timers have to go over here, enable 150 interface ethernet 0/0 standby 1 timers 1 and 3 show standby. Show standby. The timer are not getting changed. What can be the issue? Show standby. The timer should get changed over here. This is the command that you can give to change the timer. Standby 1 timers. This is the command that you can give. Okay. So now what we will see how to make, how to configure load sharing. How to configure load sharing. Okay. So what we will do, we will remove the configuration, whatever configuration is there, we will remove. Show run interface Ethernet 0/0. So these all are the configurations that I am having. Okay, I have made a standby number as 12. That is the reason it is not getting changed. The timer is not getting changed. Okay, no standby 150 is no standby 1. Okay, now show run interface. Okay, so now I will change the timers interface Ethernet 0/0 uh, standby 12 timers 1 and 3. Okay, standby 1 timers 1 and 3. 150 interface Ethernet 0/0 no standby 1 standby 12 timers 1 and 3. Okay, show standby. See, my timers got changed. Hello time 1 second and hold time 3 seconds. Okay, so now what I will do, I will remove this configuration, whatever configuration I have done, I will remove this configuration, this standby configuration. I will remove all this. So what I have to do, I have to go inside the interface and just say no standby 12. Okay, once I give this command and I see show run Ethernet, see the standby things, all the standby HSRP configuration went. Okay, config terminal, no standby 12. Show run interface Ethernet 0/0. Okay, I have to give this command in the interface. No standby 12. Okay, now I don't have any configuration, anything. So what I will do, I will make a configuration. What I will do, this router 1, will be my active router for it will be having it is my it will be active router for some clients. I can say it will be an active router for group 1, and I will make two groups here. This will be active router for group 1 and this will be active router for group 3. Okay, so I will make the configurations now. So what is the configuration? The configuration is same. What you have to do, you have to go in the config terminal. I will make this config terminal interface ethernet 0/0. Okay, what was the command? What was the first command? I have to give the IP. Standby IP 192.168.1.150. Correct? Okay, I have to give the group name 1. Standby 1 IP 192.168.1.150. Then what is the command? Standby 1. What I can give now? Preemption. I can enable or I can give the priority. Priority is 120. Okay, 120. Then standby 1 preemption. I have enabled the preemption. Okay, now what I can do now, I will create the secondary thing. I will create the secondary backup router. I will create the backup router. So I will give standby 3 IP 192.168.1.160 suppose. I have given the standby router for this 3 IP, sorry, preempt we can give take automatically. Okay, so these all are the configurations that we can give on the router. Now,
Hello, hello.
yes, Dade.
Yeah, what's which one is the virtual IP now? That's default
See,
getting. Which
we
one
have
is?
made two groups. What we have done, we have made two groups, group 1 and group 3. Okay, for this
Okay,
group
okay,
1, I am using 1.150.
okay.
For this
Oh,
group 3, I am using 1.160.
160.
1.160.
Right.
Okay, and this group 1 active router is this R1. Group 3's
And
active router is
standby router
uh, group 3's
is
active router is 160. This
yes.
R3. Okay,
The
and
standard
yes, for group 1, the standby router is this R3.
yes.
For group 3, the standby router is R1.
Yeah, okay.
Understood?
Huh. Yeah.
Okay. So now we are on this R3's router. What we will do, we will go inside the interface. We will do same configuration. We will do the same configuration over here. Okay. First, I will give interface Ethernet 0/0 standby 3. Standby 3. What I have to give IP address 192.168. 1.160. Then standby 3 preempt. Okay, standby 3 preempt. Then I will say for standby group 3, the priority value will be 120 for this router. The priority value for this router for group 3 will be 120. Okay. So with this, I have made this router as active router for group 3. For group 3, I have made this as active router. Okay. Now what I can give, the next command I can give, I will say standby 1, standby 1 IP 192.168.1.150. Okay, standby preempt. So what I'm doing over here, I'm configuring the backup router for group 1. I'm configuring the backup router for group 1. This is my backup router for group 1. See what I've told. Standby 1 for group 1. This is my backup router and it should be preempt. It should get preempt. See, state speak standby. Okay. So this is the configuration that I can do. Now how I can verify? I can go on this router, show standby brief. Once I give this command, see I can get, I will get over here, see this output. Ethernet 0/0 group 1 priority active local. Local router is active router. Standby router is 1.200. Virtual IP is 1.50. For group 3 priority is 100. This router is standby router. Okay, this router is standby router. Where is the active router? For group 3, active router is 1.200. Standby is this local router. For group 3, this is the standby router. And the virtual
Sir,
IP that will be this.
is this HSRP or GLBP, sir?
This is HSRP. See,
Yes, sir.
But
GLBP
you
is
said
different.
load balancing cannot be done in HSRP.
See, load balancing
No, no.
cannot be done in HSRP in a single group.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
okay.
In a single group.
you have to create multiple groups, and
Yeah, this is one
it's
way. This is something
chef.
CCI level thing. Okay, CCI level thing. If we create multiple groups, okay, see, I have created multiple groups for multiple clients. I have created
Okay.
multiple groups. I have created two groups, 1 and 3. Okay.
So for if there are lots of routers, this kind of configuration is complicated. So
Yes, if there are lots of routers, this will be very complicated. So in that situation, we use what? GLBP.
GLBP.
Okay,
Okay,
so
sir.
this is not recommended, but this is there in the HSRP thing. So I have explained you this. Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so in this way, we can do load balancing. That you were also asking something.
No, I just wanted to put things.
Okay. So see now what we can do. We can go over here and also check show standby brief. See, I will get the output as this. Group for group 1, the priority is 100 and this router has the state as standby. Okay. Active router for group 1 is at 1.100 local. Okay. Understood? Any doubt? So we can check
No,
from
sir.
here enable. Let me check 12.0.0.1. Okay. Trace route 12.0.0.1. So it will take 100 only. Okay, so you understood how to configure what all are the configurations show run interface Ethernet 0/0. See this configuration I have to do. This configuration I have to do. Okay, and one more thing I can add in it the track value. What is the track value? The track thing that I have shown you that day also. If this interface goes down, then this router should come to know and this router should give the charge to this router R3 so that it can forward the informations. Correct? So I've shown you that day regarding this. So what I can do if we have to verify the things, what I can do, I can take one more router over here. Router,
Yeah,
think we normally use this when we have multiple networks, then like to balance it. Some traffic goes through R1, some traffic goes through R3.
Yes. So what we can do, we can go and configure this router as also the client. How to configure this router as a client? What I have to do?
Give the
What
interface,
configuration I have to do?
just
If
give
I
the
want
interface
this router should
IP
go,
address in a subnet.
this router should use the R3's interface. This router should use the R3 interface. What I have to do over here?
It's the same network, same subnet, or different subnet?
In the same subnet, what I've given the IP address. I've given the IP address in the same subnet only, right?
So we have to configure it first.
R3 is virtual IP. That should be the day.
Yes. So what we have to do, we have to configure the R3's virtual IP address. Whatever we have given the R3's virtual IP address, we have to configure over there. Okay, so this is my client 2. Okay, so what I will do, config terminal, host name, client 2. Okay, then what I will do, interface Ethernet 0/0 IP address. I will give it IP address 192.168.1.2. The first client is having the IP address as 1.1. Okay, no shut. Then what I have to give, IP default gateway. IP default gateway for this router, the default gateway will be 192.168.1.160. Okay, this for this router, the default gateway will be 160, and I will say no IP routing. No IP routing. Okay. Now I can go over here only. Ping trace route 12.0.0.1. So it should go from 200. It should go from 200. It is going from 200, 1.200, because I have configured the default gateway as 1.160, and for 1.160 the active router is R3. The active router is R3. This is my active router for 1.160. Understood now? Any doubt, guys?
So even though we have given virtual address dot 150 as the gateway, that will not be visible on the trace route, sir. Only the actual router
Yeah,
IP address will
because
be
we
visible.
we are putting a default route and sending it to 160, so it's always going to go through 160.
Uh, so
Then
anybody
got
connected
you.
on this?
See what I have done, what configuration I
So
have
if they
done.
if that link goes down, what will happen? Then it
If
should go
this
through
link
the
goes
other one,
down, it
right?
will select this. See, I will show you. Suppose you are saying
Yeah.
this link goes down. Okay, so what I
Yes.
will do, I will go on the switch, Ethernet 0/2. Okay, I'm on the switch. Or what I can do, I can go over here and I can say config terminal interface Ethernet 0/0 and shut down. Okay, I've made the test. shutdown. Correct? This is my R3. I have made this R3 is Ethernet 0/0 in the shutdown. Now let me check. I'm over here. I'm over here. Now what I will do? I will trace now. Now see, now it will go from 1.100. Now it will go from 1.100 because what I have configured, I have configured it is searching for the standby router. See, it went from 1.100. I have configured this for client 2 for 160 IP address. I have configured the default router. The active router is this. For group 3, that means for 1.160, what I have done, I have configured this router as my active router. Okay. And what I've done, I've configured a standby router also. If this active router goes down, then the standby router for this is my R1, that is 1.150. Understood? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any doubt you can ask me again. See what configuration we have done in the routers. I have shown you what all the configurations we have done. See, if I go show run interface Ethernet 0/0, see what I have done. For group 3, this is my active router. 1.160 will be my active router for group 3. So means
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Mhm.
If one link goes down, the onward packets will get switched to other router, sir. But the return packets, as
Return
in
packet. See,
the
if
packets coming from
the
the
packet is
R2 router.
going in this way, it will come in this way only.
So when it is going, the link goes up. But how will R2 know when to switch, sir?
See, R2 will know due to the default route. See, how R2 will come to know what default route, what static route we have given on R2, that if any packet is coming from this 10.0.0.1, what we have given the static route on R1, sorry, on R2, what is the static route that we have given on R2? Any packet that is coming via show IP route. See, what we have given over here, uh, why it is not showing
Well,
show IP route. See, we
I'm not
have a
sure.
default route over here.
Did we configure the static route? When did we
So
do
if
this?
I would not configure, how would I get the reply? How I'm getting the reply? See, I'm getting the reply from my client. If I ping enable ping 12.0.0.1,
So
I'm
what if
getting
we
the
have
reply.
configured some dynamic routing protocol instead of static routing?
So it should show over here only, right? Show IP route. It should show
Yeah.
me all the things. I remember I've configured the static route. Why it is not showing me the static route? Show IP protocol. Why it is not
We're
showing?
taking it as local, like, and connected.
See, they are in different subnet. They are
They are
in
in
different
different.
subnet. If I am pinging from here to here, I should not get the reply because they are in different network. I've configured a default route over here, but I've not. If I will not configure a static route on this, I will not get a reply from this router. See what I've done. I have configured a static route on R2. What I've told R2, if you receive any packet from this 10.0.0.1, I have configured a static route. You have to send it over here only. I have configured a static route.
Yes, sir. But my doubt is if you have configured any dynamic routing protocols and if the packets keep switching between R1 and R3, how will the, for example, RIP understand?
See, whenever I will configure any routing protocol, okay. First of all, I will not configure any routing protocol whenever I'm trying to reach the internet. What I will configure the default route only.
Okay.
Okay, I will configure default route only whenever I am going through to the internet. And this HSRP things are useful when we are going through over the internet. Okay, so suppose if I configure any of the routing protocols, also dynamic routing protocols, then what does the dynamic routing protocol says? If I am receiving a packet from 10.0.0.1, the reply will be given to 10.0.0.1 only.
Okay, sir.
Understood? From where the packet is received, it is sent, it will reply the ping. If you ping from this way, you will get a reply from this way only. Okay. If this interface came up, okay, then what happens if another packet will go in this way now? Once the packet is received, once the reply, we have received the reply from this way, and this link came up in the same time. Okay, then another packet will automatically go in this way and we will start getting the reply in this way from
Okay,
R2.
sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
So this is
Basically, we
how.
needed to have a route like for reaching 190 to 161.1. There are two paths through 10.0.0.1 and 11.0 network.
So that's what I've configured over here, but why it is not showing me?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Might be there is some issue. I have configured over here because if I would have not configured, it should not give me the ping. It should not give me the reply. Correct? See, I got it. It was not showing me previously, but now it has shown me. See, 1.0. If I want to go reach 1.0, I can go via 11.0.0.1 and 10.0.0.1. So if my this I have received the packet from 10.0.0.1, then I will reply to this interface only. Why I will reply to 11.0.0.1? Understood? If someone is sending me any packet, if Tushar is giving me something, okay, I will in return I will give thanks to Tushar only. I will not say thanks to Arjun. Correct?
You have two static. I know you have two static routes there.
I have two static routes over here.
Okay, and are they configured? Did you configure waiting on them?
Sorry,
You configure weighted static route, or it's just same
it's
static
just
route?
normal static route.
Okay, all right.
Normal static route. Okay, understood now the concept of load balancing, how we can do load balancing in HSRP.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we have something known as VRRP. So VRRP configurations are same. Okay, the working is also same. There is nothing different. You can say only one thing is different in VRRP. The thing that is different in VRRP that you can say this active router is known as master and the other router is known as backup. This is known as master and this is known as backup. Okay, back up. This is the difference between HSRP and VRRP. Rest the configurations are same, and the track object I have to select, I have to create a track object in it. Also, in HSRP also I can have the authentication. Okay, but we have not seen the authentication in HSRP. We will see the authentication in VRRP. So what I will do, I will remove the configuration. I will remove the configuration of this router, both the routers R1. What I will do, config terminal interface E0/0, no standby 1, no standby 3. Okay. Config terminal interface E0/0, no standby 1, no standby 3. Okay, show run interface E0/0. Config terminal interface, no standby 0, show run interface. Okay. Okay, I'm not having any configuration now. I'm not having any default configuration now. So what I will do, I will go in the configuration mode. Then I will say interface E0/0. The configurations are same, just it will start with VRRP. It will start with VRRP, then group name, then IP address 192.168.1.150. Okay, this will be the IP address that I will be using. Understood? Then what I can do, priority I can change as priority VRRP1, priority 120, priority will be 120, correct?
Yeah.
Priority will be 120. Then what I can do, see in this VRRP, the preemption is automatically enabled. We don't have to enable preemptions. Okay, preemption is automatically enabled, so I will not enable preemption. What all command I can give, VRRP 1, I have an authentication, so we will see authentication key, authentication MD5 authentication. We will use key string. We will not use the key chain. We will use key string, and the string will be Cisco. Okay. The authentication should be same on both the side. We have done this thing. Now what we can do, preemption is by default enabled. So timers we can change. First we will see the default timers. What all are the default timers? Okay, so okay, now I have done this as my do show VRRP. See, show VRRP is the command to see the VRRP configuration. So what I've done, state is master, virtual IP is this, virtual MAC address is this. Okay, advertisement interval is 1 second, the default hello time is 1 second, and the downtime is 3 second. I can change this. Master router is local router, priority is 120, authentication is MD5 authentication. See, preemption is enabled. I have not enabled the preemption is by default enabled. Okay, now I can see if this interface goes down, then I can track this interface. I can give the track command also. So what I have to do, I have to create a track object over here.
Um,
So how
We
to
can
create?
do the track. Hold
Sorry.
on. So we can do the tracking in HSRP too, right?
Yes, you can use the tracking in HSRP also. We have seen that day. If you remember, we have seen
Okay,
that
so
day.
that's one question. Is it possible to have a floating IP?
Floating IP, where in the default, you can see what you can do. You can either track the default route also.
Okay.
What you can do, you can track the default route. How to track the default route? You can give the IP address of the default route. Okay, now what we are doing,
Okay.
tracking the interface. What you can do, you can track the default route also. So you can give the default route. I will show you that thing also. Don't worry. So I will create one object, track object, then track object. I will be creating the track object for the interface. Which interface if serial 1/0 goes down, I have to use the line protocol. Okay, I have created the track object. Now I will implement this track object. Where I have to implement on the interface, I will implement the track object. Okay, what I have to say? VRRP1. Yeah, I'm having an option of track. Then number, track object number, track 1. Then decrement value. Decrement value I will give as 30. If the interface goes down, then decrement the value to 30. So 120 minus 30 will be 90. Understood? Got it? It is
Okay.
the same configuration that we have done. Show VRRP. See, track object is created with the decrement value as. Now I will go over here and I will configure in this standby router also. So what all configuration I have to give? Interface Ethernet 0/0, VRRP1, IP 192.168.1.150. Okay. Then I have configured the authentication. VRRP1 authentication MD5, then key string Cisco. Okay. Then what I can give? This is the command that I can give over here. Show VRRP. Okay.
What about the tracking?
Still it has not come up. Still the configuration has not come up. Might be the interface is down. So IP interface brief. See, the interface is down. I have not made the interface up again. That is the reason it is not giving me the reply. Once I make the interface up, sorry,
No, sir.
no shut. Once I make the interface up, see, it took the state as backup. So VRRP. See, state is backup. Group 1. Okay, virtual IP is this, MAC address is this, advertisement time is this, preemption is enabled by default, priority is 100, authentication type is MD5 key string. Okay, the master router is as 1.100, priority is 120, master advertisement time is this, So I can change the timer also. I can change the timer also. Config terminal. How to change the timer interface E0/0 VRRP1. See the command timers. The default is 1 and 3. 1 and 2 I will do. I will do as 1 and 2. Okay. Advertise 1, advertise 1 and 3.
Sorry, one question, please. I'm not sure I got. What is the
Sir,
timer meant
separately we
for?
must give, sir, advertise timer and learning time.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hello, hello. So sorry, I don't know whether I missed that part, but I don't know what's the timer meant for. What's the timer meant?
See, timer is something, it will send an hello packet. See, these two routers will communicate with each other. How they will communicate?
Mm-hmm.
This router will send hello packet in every 3 seconds by default. Okay. To check,
Okay. All right.
to say that I am up. I am up. If within 3
Okay.
seconds, if this router will not receive any hello packet, it will wait for 10 seconds. This is known as hold down time. Hold time. It
I
will
think I.
wait for 10
Yeah, yeah.
seconds, and after 10 seconds, this router will become the master router. This router will become the master router, or you can say active router in the case of HSRP. And in the case of VRRP, the same thing will happen, but the timer is changed. The timer now is 1 second for hello and 3 seconds for dead time, dead or hold interval. Understood? What is hello
Yeah,
and
yeah,
dead
yeah.
time?
Yes.
So the same thing we have done over here. So learn time will be my 2 second. It's not taking the learn time. Okay, the learn time I have to give on this router. Config terminal interface E0/0 VRRP1 learn timer learn 2 seconds.
Sir, learn is not a timer, sir. Learn method is it will take the timer from master.
It will take the timer from master. Show VRRP. So you understood how to configure VRRP?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the configuration you have to do in VRRP? How to configure VRRP? Any doubt? See, it is same like HSRP, just the difference is that the difference is what? That if my uh, this name is different, master and backup router, and in this preemption is enabled by default. In this preemption is enabled by default. Understood? And you were asking me about the track value. So what we can do, see, we can make the track value as like this also. Track 1 IP route 0.0.0.0, okay, with the subnet mask 0.0.0.0, we can give reachability. So if we give this thing, it will track the default route. If the default route goes down, if the default route is not working, then it will move to the standby thing. See, cannot change track object one, delete old config first. So first we have to delete that old config, then only we can get this configuration. But this will be the configuration if you want to track the default route. If you want to configure the default route, then you can do like this. Understood? So you have two ways. Either you can create the object, or either you can create the interface, or either you can track the interface, or either you can track the default route. Understood, Dade?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now we are having something known as GLBP. Now the GLBP concept is something different. Okay, what is the GLBP concept says? See, in GLBP we have two things. We have active virtual forwarder and active virtual gateway, AVG and AVF. See what happens, suppose this is my connections. Okay, these are my connections. Okay, so from this router I will get one AVG router. All the routers in the this redundancy protocol will be AVF router. This will be also an AVF router. This will be also an AVF router, active virtual forwarder, or all the routers will be active virtual forwarder, means all the routers will be in forwarding state. Okay, among these two routers, one router will be my AVG router, virtual gateway. You can say this AVG router will control all the other actual virtual forwarders. So we can say the example, like we are having some routers. Okay, we are having some routers. All the routers are AVF routers. AVF routers. Okay, and what I did, I have made this as my AVG router also. So this router is also my AVG router and AVF router. It is acting as the both the routers. Now what this router will do, it will AVG router replies to all ARP requests for the virtual IP address. For the virtual IP address. Understood? It will reply to all the ARP request that is coming for virtual IP address, for all the virtual IP address. Virtual IP address will be same, and all the AVF routers will be having different virtual MAC address. Different virtual MAC address. All the routers will be, all the AVF routers will be having different virtual MAC addresses. So the AVG router will resolve all the ARP request, and it will give to the appropriate virtual MAC addresses. Okay, it will assign the ports to appropriate virtual MAC addresses. So this is how the GLBP works. Gateway Load Balancing Protocol is a Cisco proprietary protocol that attempts to overcome the limitation of existing redundant router protocols by adding basic load balancing functionality. So we are having basic load balancing functionality, and by default load balancing is used. What There are different ways of load balancing. By default it used round robin. It uses round robin. By default it uses round robin. Understood? So this is the difference between the we have seen this difference between HSRP, VRRP and GLBP. We have seen all the difference. Okay, so we have seen the difference between HSRP, VRRP and GLBP. one AVG active virtual router, up to 4 AVF routers you can have in the group. In one group you can have up to 4 AVF routers, okay, which will be passing traffic. Understood? If active router highest priority is down and up again, preempt should be configured to be a active router again. Okay, the format of MAC address, virtual MAC address will be in this way. Okay, it can be used for IPv6 also. It can be used for IPv6 also. Understood? So what the AVF router will do, what the AVF or AVG router will do, AVG router will reply with all the you can say ARP replies. Whatever ARP request will be coming from the client, it will reply with the ARP request. Will reply with the ARP request. Understood? Now, what all things we can configure GLBPC? You can say uh, simultaneously you can use up to 4 gateways. Simultaneously, you can use up to 4 gateway and one virtual IP address. Only one virtual IP address, and each router will have has a virtual MAC address. Each router will has a virtual MAC address. Different router will have different routers virtual MAC address. Different routers will have different virtual MAC address, and they are sent in an answer to our packet. Whenever our packet is coming, the virtual IP address is given. Each router gives its virtual IP address. AVG assigns the virtual MAC address to other routers. Who assigns the virtual MAC address? AVG will assign the virtual MAC address. AVG will assign the virtual MAC address. Understood? So the configuration is similar as we have done for what we can say HSRP. The same configuration is there. The little bit higher things are there for you can say load balancing and all the things are added in this thing. Rest all the configuration is same. So what we will do, we have already configured the basic IP addressing. Okay. Now our task is to configure GLBP on R1 and R3. Okay, and we have to make sure that where is my diagram? This is my diagram. So we will configure GLBP on both the things, and we will make sure this will become my AVG router. This will become R1 will become my AVG router. So how to configure that R1 will become my AVG router? I will make the virtual priority. I will make the priority of the router as 120. Okay, and other gateways R3 will be as default. Understood? I can do the authentication also. We have seen the authentication and what all things I can do. We can do the preemption also. So we will see the configuration. We can change the timers also. We will see the configuration part. So I will go on this router and I will say config terminal interface E0/0 no VRRP1.
Sorry, one question.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the default priority?
Sorry.
What's the default priority?
Default priority is 100.
Okay.
Default priority is 100. So if you want,
So
yes.
if you want the higher the once you increase it, it chooses the highest priority, right?
Yes. See, we have seen that day only how it will select the things. First, it will see
Yes.
the highest priority, and then it will
Yeah.
come to the. See, I must be having this thing in the presentation also. See, election process is done, active router is elected with the highest priority. Then if the priority is tie, it will select the highest IP address. Highest IP address. Whichever router is having
All
the
right.
highest IP address will become the active
Okay.
router.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I remember.
Now we have removed the configuration show run interface E0/0. Okay, I don't have any configuration. Previous configuration. Enable config terminal interface E0/0. No VRRP1. Show run interface E0/0. I don't have any configuration. Now what I will do, I will go on this R1 router and I will say config terminal. I will configure. The configuration are same as my HSRP interface E0/0. Just it will start with GLBP group number 1. Okay, GLBP group number 1, IP address 192.168.1.150. As have given the IP address as 1.150. Okay, then what I can do, GLBP 1, I will enable the preemption. GLBP 1, I will make the priority as 120, priority as 120, so that this will be my AVG router. This will be my AVG router. Okay. GLBP 1, timers 1 and 3. Okay, then what I can do, I can change the timer. Then GLBP 1 authentication MD5 key string Cisco. Okay, exit show GLBP. So I will get this configuration of GLBP show run interface E0/0. See, this configuration I have done. The same configuration I will do on that router also. Remain this, I will not give this priority. Rest all the configuration I will do on the other router also. Leaving the priority, I will do everything on the other router also. 0/0 GLBP 1 IP address will be 192.168.1.150. GLBP 1 preempt bad authentication. GLBP 1 authentication MD5 key string Cisco GLBP 1
So,
timers. What timers 1 and 3? Okay.
mm,
Show run interface E0/0. I've done all the configurations. Now show GLBP. Show GLBP. See, I will get this long output. The state of this router is standby. Okay, the state of this router is standby. The virtual IP address is 1.150. Okay. Hello timer is 1 second. Hold timer is 3 seconds. Okay. Authentication types preemption is enabled. Active router is 1.100. The priority is 120. Standby is local router. Default priority is 100. Okay, waiting. We will come to this waiting part. Load balancing round robin. Round robin. It is using round robin as I told you. Okay, now see, I'm having two virtual MAC addresses. See, two virtual MAC addresses. 1000 and 3000. 1000 is for this 100, 1.100, and 3000 is for this local router. Okay, there are two forwarders. The one forwarder is state is listen. State is listen. The MAC address is this. The MAC address is this 1001. 1001, the MAC address. Okay, then active router is this 1.100. Then the second forwarder is this, and it has learned. It has learned. It has learned from AVG router. Okay, we will go on this router and we will see show GLBP. See, this is my active router. State is active. Local, active is local. Standby is 200. Okay, two forwarders. Got it? State is active. Preemption is enabled. Active is local router. Waiting is 100. MAC address is this. Load balancing round robin. Okay. MD5 authentication is done. Hold timer, hello timer is hold down timer is 1 and 3. Understood GLBP? Now if we go on this router, our client router, and we say ping 12.0.0. Or we can say trace route 12.0.0.1, it will go via 100. It will go via 100. Now what I will do, I will go on this router and I will change the gateway of this router. Do show run. Okay. No IP default gateway 1.150 show run. 150 is my default gateway over here. Okay. Now if I trace route 12.0.0.1, why it is not reachable? Ping 12.0.0.1. So IP interface brief. Why the ping is not reachable? Both the gateways cannot talk to each other. Okay, so let me configure it again. Interface E0/0, no GLBP1. Do show run interface Ethernet 0/0. So this is my configuration. Cisco. Ah, where is the mistake? Show run interface E0/0. Both the gateways cannot ping each other. That is the reason my packet is not going. Uh, config terminal. Let me remove the configuration. The show GLBP brief. Show GLBP brief. Active router is local router. Standby router is this. Okay, now let me check. It is not getting pinged. Interfaces are also up. Config T. I will remove all the configuration. I will do it again. I'm not having any configuration. Ping 192.168.1.200. I'm getting the reply. Okay. Now let me configure again. Config terminal interface is 0/0. So first what I will do, I will configure the authentication GLBP 1 authentication MD5 key string Cisco. Okay, then GLBP 1 IP I will give 192.168.1.150. Okay, GLBP preempt GLBP 1 preempt GLBP 1 priority 120. Okay, I will not change the timer. What else I can do? Okay, I will not change the timer. I will go over here and first I will give the authentication GLBP1 authentication is MD5 key string is Cisco. Okay, GLBP1 preempt GLBP1 IP is 192.168.1.150. Show GLBP. Okay. See, now I'm getting the reply from the client. There was a mismatch of authentication. That was the reason I was not getting the reply from the other router. So whenever you configure authentication, first configure the authentication. Whenever you are giving any authentication, first configure the authentication, then on both the routers. Okay, 192.168.1.100. Now I'm getting the reply. Now I can check ping 1.100. Okay, trace route 12.0.0.1. Okay, also from here I will do the trace route 12.0.0.1. Again I'm not getting. What is the issue now? The active router is local router, standby router is 200. Clear our cache. Okay, I am reachable to my gateway. Show our show our these all are my ARP entries. Then I will clear our cache. Show our so it is not getting cleared. Show our clear our cache. Okay. See, it is showing me my IP address, only my IP address. It is showing me only my IP address. See, my hardware MAC address. Okay. Now, if I ping my gateway, my gateway is getting pinged. Now, if I see my RP, what I got a MAC address. Which MAC address I got? 0101. What MAC address I got? 0101. You can see what is the MAC address for which router. This is the MAC address. You see over here. So to go over here, show GLBP brief. See, 0101 is my active router 1.100. 1.100. So whenever I am pinging my gateway, it is going through active router. Okay, it is going through active router first. Now if I go on my this router and I do the same thing, show ARP, I'm having two gateways. I will remove this thing. So I will go in the interface E0/0. I'll make it shut down. Then I will say no shut. Show ARP. It is showing me only one entry, that is my entry, my IP address. Okay. Now what I will do, I will ping my gateway from here, ping 192.168.1.150. My gateway is reachable. Now I will see again show ARP. See, now it is going from 0.0.00102. One packet went from 0 1, and another packet is going from 0 2. Understood? See, load balancing is happening over here. We are doing load balancing. I've shown you the first packet from first client. If I ping my gateway from first client, then my packet is going via this virtual IP address, and this virtual IP address is assigned to my local router. This means my active router. Okay, AVG 0101. And when I try to go from another router, when I try to send another packet from another router, another client, then it is going from another virtual MAC address, that is of R3. That is of R3. Got it? Understood? See, R3 is having the virtual MAC address as 0102. Local. I am on my standby. Local router. Understood? Guys, any doubt?
No, no,
Okay,
no,
now we
sir.
can use something known as track. Okay, we can also track the interface. Suppose this interface goes down, then what will happen? Suppose this interface goes down, then what will happen? R1 should give the charge to this R3, and R3 should be now the AVF. Okay, it will be now AVF. So suppose I have if I will send one more packet from here now, okay, it should go via this way, correct? I've already given one packet. If I send one more packet, it should go via this way, but it will go via this way. If this interface goes down, what I will do, I will configure a track object. Okay, now in this, the track object can be configured in different way. The command over here is different. What is the command to give the track object to create the track object? Okay, the command is something like, you can give in two ways. Okay, so you have to go inside the interface E0/0. Okay, you have to say glbp1. All the commands will be starting with glbp1. T, waiting command. Gateway waiting is tracking and tracking. Gateway waiting and tracking. So I will use the waiting command. Now see, either I can use the maximum waiting value. Either I can use the maximum waiting value, or I can create a track object. I can create a track object. Okay. So what I will do, I will go and I will say glbp1 waiting 100. Okay, this is to change the waiting. I will create a track object 1. Okay, then glbp 1 waiting. Okay, glbp1 waiting track 1. Okay, decrement 100. See, the default value is 100. The default wait value is 100. So glbp. See, the default value is 100. What I've done, default wait value is 100. And what I told, if suppose my track object goes down, then what you have to do? You have to decrement the value to 100 from 100. 100 minus 100 will be 0. 100 minus 100 will be 0. So once if my waiting value is 0, if my waiting value is 0, if any of the router is having the waiting value as 0, then it will be no more an AVF router. It will not forward any packet. It will not forward any packet. If my waiting value will be 0, then it will not be an AVF router. It will not be an AVF router anymore. Understood? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I will do, I will make the interface down serial 1/0. I will make it as shut. Once I make it shut, okay, now show GLBP. See, my weight value is now 0. My weight value is 0. Load balancing, round robin. Load balancing is used is round robin. Now see if I send any packet from here, show ARP. Okay, let me clear the ARP. Clear ARP cache. Show ARP. Okay. Interface. Pick the interface. Ethernet 0/0. Shut. No shut. Okay. Clear ARP cache. Show ARP. I'm having only one entry. Now I will try to ping my gateway. Okay, I've pinged my gateway. Now show ARP. It is using this virtual MAC address. So in the production network, it will be not using this MAC address. If I go over here, the production network. See, in the production network, if my weight value is 0, this router will not act as a virtual forwarder anymore. It will not forward any traffic. It will not forward any traffic from here. It will not forward any traffic from here. Understood? I will go over here and I will check. Interface shut down.